Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and today's a fun one because we get to look at two new units, one of which is Dragon Bride Senya, and let's just watch this together.
Do you vow to share with me, for better or worse, every joy and every sorrow of this life?
Yeah, I'm down.
Like I promised, I'll stand by your side until death do us part. I vow to love you.
That was an interesting skill animation. I guess we'll watch it
long
later.
time there's been a couple,
but it looked it was one of the ones that seemed like it went too fast and I didn't see everything, so I want to see it again.
After Senya's friend, whom she
Got Senya's art looking good. Love the hairstyle. Super nice.
considered family, was offered as a sacrifice, she vowed to seek revenge against Senya as a 5.
Okay, so Dragon Senya is a light knight. Oh no, is it gonna be one of those busted knights again? Remember, you're competing with Arrowell here. So no attack, no crit damage, so we're not gonna have any of that. Pretty high defense and health, pretty low speed. Almost looks like she's missing base stats because her defenses are so high.
5-star light elemental knight. She has high health and can increase her health further.
So Bride's results. So effects after the ally in the back row is attacked. Okay, so let's read this. These are getting so confusing now. They trigger only on like Sundays if it's raining, and you know, like if somebody happens to be doing a backflip down the street while you're walking to your hotel. That feels like how things are working lately with a lot of these units. So Bride's Resolve. Increase max HP by 10% when the health of the ally in the back row except for the caster is 50% or less after being attacked. The spells will debuffs on the caster and the ally in the back row. So it does it for both of them. And activates Bridal Prayer once every 4 turns. So Bridal Prayer grants a barrier to the caster and the ally, and grants Oath of Punishment to the caster for 2 turns before resetting skill cooldowns to the caster. Okay. Oath of Punishment cannot be affected by any debuffs or some harmful effects. After attacking on the bearer's turn, deals 2,500 fixed damage to the target. Okay. Little fixed damage buff.
Increases max health by 10%.
Nice little
when health of the
protection
ally
there.
in the back row, except for the caster, is 50% or less after being attacked.
Let's
2
see
turns
this here.
before resetting skill cooldowns of the caster. Barrier strength increases proportional to the caster's max health. Oath of Punishment
So she goes under 50%.
is an effect that makes
Bride's
the bearer
Resolve gives
unable
them
to be
both
affected by
barrier
any debuffs and some
And the
harmful
debuff
effects.
thing.
Also, after attacking on the bearer's turn, deals 2,000.
And then they showed her immediately getting hit by debuffs?
After attacking on the bearer's turn,
Is the debuff only for her? Grants Oath of Punishment to the caster. Okay, it is only for her. Okay, so I definitely read that wrong. Let's take a look at Overcoming Hardship right now. This is a 4-turn cooldown. Pierces through to attack the enemy. Increases CR of the caster and the ally in the back row by 30%. 10's defense but cannot trigger a crit. Nice. Damage dealt increases proportion of the caster's max HP. And when granted Oath of a Punishment, AoE attack. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. So once you proc it, it's AoE, and you can soul burn for 10 souls to increase damage dealt too.
hardship pierces through
see how
to
much
attack
damage
the
it does
enemy
in
and
the
increases combat
video.
readiness of the caster and the ally in the back row by 30 for a critical hit. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. When the
Okay, so 13k or so to all of them, and then it does 2,500.
caster is
right?
granted Oath of Punishment, attacks all enemies.
Sorry, where's the fixed damage? After attacking on the bear's form, deals 2,500 fixed to the target. So did I miss that? Or was that just baked
Caster's
into that
max
damage already?
When the caster is granted Oath of Punishment, attacks all enemies. When 10 soul is consumed, increases damage dealt.
Okay, and 1 step here. Increases speed of the caster for 1 turn. Just on a
Skill
step
1,
Not bad.
1 step. Approaches max health. Speed
See
of
what
the
it looks
caster
like.
for 1 turn. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health.
stand by your side until death do us part.
It's like she flips backwards. Where does she go? Is that her butt right there?
Until death.
Oops. Is she throwing it out in the distance? Is that what's going on? This is when I was looking at the skill earlier, this is the frame that really messed me up. I wasn't really sure why we were seeing this. It was like she turned around and fell down or something, you know?
Official bride offered to the Dragon King.
Oh, that's cute.
Players will be able to meet Dragon Bride
got, like, a
Senya through the
sea-based
Mystic
theme.
Summon starting May 23rd. Thank you.
Hey, their combat demo here.
Those who chase pipe dreams
Do we care about this?
usually meet
I mean,
a
they're gonna
bitter
proc it
end.
right off the bat. Yeah, they're gonna proc it right off the bat. So that proc bride's resolved first.
Honor the futures that will never come.
I'll give you
That's a big barrier, right?
your orders.
So it's not a wussy barrier.
This won't hurt a bit.
And how much HP does this Senya have?
I guarantee it. Ah, a patient in need of treatment.
It should have gave the other person immunity to debuffs and stuff.
Your guard is down.
Another trial to overcome.
Things aren't going well for our
Weight of the
champions
oath
here.
I've taken.
This looks like me versus
brought
Genua
down
and
upon
Ingomar.
Bet. I warned you about that. Deal with it.
I don't know why I'm watching this. Oh, she's gonna solo.
I vow to love
They
you.
can't have her lose. They're gonna burn it. Three
Doesn't your
defense down.
heart belong to me?
How do you win this?
You haven't heard of Shadow Elves.
I mean, I guess their HP is
I'll
pretty
be
low.
with you. The greater good.
I feel like they cheated on this and like programmed it. All the dual attacks hit the right people and everything, just barely enough to keep them alive. But I'm done with her. Let's go see Brigitta. Brigitta?
Only by knowing yourself and knowing your enemy can you succeed. So if there's something
I
you
love
want
the
to
voice.
learn, come find me. Think before you act,
Ooh, I love the design.
or learn a painful lesson.
I love this.
I'll treat you nice.
I love her. Oh, it's Wendy Lee. Nice. Okay. I like this character. Soul Weaver Ice. Was not expecting that, but I do love the character so far. Her little
Brigitta is Skugiheim's
binoculars.
most sought-after
Brigitta?
information broker. Every piece of news or gossip circulating Skugiheim goes through her.
Birgitta from Skugiheim.
Her clientele consists mainly of her kin, the Shadow Elves of Skugiheim,
I love
but
the
she will
walking
trade
part.
information with anyone who's interested, regardless of their race or affiliation. Though, since she could lose work or be ostracized by her fellow Shadow Elves if found out, she charges a steep premium when making deals with non-Shadow Elves. Recently, she's been collecting more information from
I want
across
to know
all
about
of
this character's
Eurasia.
backstory.
Brigitta
Okay. I really like her a lot. A lot. So I will be pulling for her, obviously, but I don't have enough for pity, so hopefully she wants some information off me and comes home soon. So we have pretty good defense, no attack, low HP, averaging, I guess, decently high speed, and 30% effectiveness. So debuff.
is a 5-star
focus,
Ice Elemental
Soul
Soul
Weaver.
Weaver.
Her self-imprint
Is high
as
effectiveness
well.
and can increase her effectiveness further through her imprint concentration. Skill 2.
Okay, so dispels 2 debuffs from an ally, increases CR by 35%, and grants an extra turn to the caster on a 3-turn cooldown. So that's a pretty good ability.
Subterfuge. Dispels 2 debuffs from an
Oh, and it's not 30, it's 50% after.
ally and increases combat readiness by up to 50%. Grants an extra turn to the caster. Skill 3.
Dispels all debuffs from the enemy before 75% chance each to inflict bind and block. You can soul burn it as well. So block, unaffected by any buffs, some beneficial effects, and dispels debuff effect except when granted by the bearer, applied to heroes only.
Nothing personal, kid. Dispels all buffs from the enemy before up to a 100% chance each to inflict bind and block for 2 turns. When 20 soul is consumed, ignores effect resistance. Block is a debuff that makes the bearer unaffected by any buffs, some beneficial effects, and dispel debuff effects,
sure what I think
except
about
when
her.
granted by the
Face the
bearer.
consequences.
Applies to heroes only. Skill
It's only a single target, right? The basis rumor attacks the enemy with decreased combat readiness by 10%. When it's affected by block, doubles the CR. Okay, so that helps.
1,
having block
Baseless
there.
Rumor. Attacks the enemy and decreases combat readiness by up to 15%. When the target is inflicted with block, doubles the amount of combat readiness decrease.
I don't like her as much as I thought I would.
Brigitta's
I
art
really don't like the skill 3 too much. What about this here? After using a non-attack skill, acquires 20 souls on a soul weaver. Okay, so that changes things. That's an OP as all hell artifact, is it not? Anything that gives you souls on a class that isn't ranger is pretty OP, right?
artifact, Bird's Eye View,
PvPers are
a
like
family
really happy
heirloom
over
and
that.
weapon passed down through generations in Brigitta's family, known for their long history as famous information brokers.
Okay,
After
so
use,
how does
we'll
she
be able to
sit?
meet Brigitta through the Drop Rate Up banner starting May 16th. Thank you.
I like her. I like her, but I don't like her skill set.
Let's see. Says your life is hanging by a single thread. What would you like to order?
Let's see what you got,
There's no
Brigitta.
need to thank me. This is insane. Why am I so busy? There's never enough time.
This
That
won't
attack
hurt a
always
bit.
makes me happy.
I guarantee it. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
I'm well aware
Lots
of
of
what
damage
you're
on their
planning.
team for 100%.
Bon voyage.
I'll treat you nice.
Okay.
Mind your
Oh, it
manners.
starts off with the skill 3. It doesn't even start with the buff.
Or face the consequences.
See, that just seems so weak, does it not?
Do not falter.
Too bad.
All systems online. Let's go, Siegfried.
Like, all it did was block immunity?
Deal with it.
That seems super weak.
I'm a little
I'm
busy
sure I'm
over
missing
here.
something.
Armin's all ready. I'll protect you.
No manners, no service. Don't forget the advice I give you. You're today's client?
Yeah, I am not impressed with this showcase so far. They basically brought Bologna versus Landy and are wondering why things are going bad with like better support over here. So I'm not impressed with her skill set, but maybe I can find some use for her, but I love her design a lot. So we are going to stop here. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.